Alright. What? How are they able to get up in the attic? I never was able to get up in the attic as a kid. Like, seriously.
Ow! Ah! What's this? No.
A little bit confused at the moment.
Ooh.
What? What did you do to Watson?
Oh, look! It's a book! Maybe it's a book about pirates with a treasure map. No, I don't think so.
Should children be watching this? Or not watching this, reading this, that's it.
I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle. And so I decided to pick up my pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898, when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis of Conyngham.
Watson, my dear fellow, we can now go and inform the Marquis that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too, which pleases me.
Have you really solved the theft, Holmes? And so quickly?
I have indeed, Watson, and believe me, it was completely unnecessary to spread out all over London, as our friend Baines thought was best. He likes to boast that his methods are equal to mine, but once again the outcome has contradicted him.
After all these years of accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't understand anything at all.
Me neither, me neither.
You see, but you do not observe, Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
A matter of course? In the middle of the night, when everyone is fast asleep, the service bell within that room rings out and alerts the servants. They dress quickly and come running, but the door is locked and there is a strong smell of burning from within. A few seconds later, the master of the house himself, the robbed Marchioness's husband, the Marquis of Conyngham, arrives and unlocks the door using the sole key. A fire has started inside the room, but they have managed to arrive in time to put it out. It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace, which had been safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier, has now disappeared.
Okay.
In order to explain, let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Okay. Right. So, what are they trying to say? That the jewels were stolen, but the door wasn't opened. So, does that mean the guy's still here? Or?
This
I don't even
window
remember
was
what
cut
happened.
with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
But he could have used something, right? Yeah? What would he have used? What would he have used? Well, that's clearly something to do with it. It was the fish. The fish did it. Case solved. I feel like it's something to do with the fish. Because this is just... I mean, who has their fish tank in the middle of the room like that? Huh? That's suspicious in itself. Okay. After a clue is examined, the icon will turn green. Please move Sherlock Holmes near the left window. You should see two clue icons simultaneously. What? What does it mean? Oh, here. Oh, yeah, I see. Right. Okay. Okay, okay, I see. So he started to cut his way out.
Undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried to cut the glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the window, but he was interrupted.
Really? Well, I have to say though, Watson is very like... That's great to know, Watson. You're stating the obvious now, dude. Right, how do you... That one, that's what we want to look at.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Right. Okay, now we have to go to the chimney. So what does it mean? Does it mean he's in here still? Maybe he went up the chimney. I mean, there's a lot of soot. There's a lot of soot, so... So we have a magnifying glass, because it's always good with a magnifying glass, right? And what am I meant to use the magnifying glass on exactly? I feel like there's a lot of sooty footprints here. Can I look at the... No. You can open your inventory by clicking the right mouse button. So I can use this now. Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. Alright, so it's actually telling me what to do here.
Let us examine the crumpled scores that have fallen off the piano.
Okay, look for clues. I am looking for a clue. There's some...
These sooty prints were left by a tiny hand.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand why these music scores are covered with soot.
It was a monkey. Tiny hands. I mean, I don't see a chart, but then again, I don't see a monkey climbing down there either. Press R. Oh. Well, that's cool. What is that on the floor? Candle, right? When will I have to move faster? Maybe someone's hiding behind here. He'll show you a hint. Now you can search the room for other clues. Okay, that was a bit of a cheat, but never mind. We're learning,
This
we're learning.
draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft was
For a
committed
tree.
at night, I conclude that the thief hid himself behind the draft screen and waited until he was alone in the room.
Okay.
Strange. There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
There's something on the chair, isn't there? Was there something on the chair? So if he was hiding there, then what? I'm so confused.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
I'm so confused already. I'm really confused. Then who did it? Should I talk to Watson?
What do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might throw some light onto all this.
Okay. It was this lady. The lady with the flat boobs. Okay, now I can... Oh, now I can see more things. Okay.
Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
I don't know. Why didn't the thief do it?
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to examine them.
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting out the fire.
Okay. How do you know those things? I guess it's because it's Sherlock.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started.
I'm so confused. Wait, I can... Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
The
Right,
chest
this one.
wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
Okay.
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Why is that strange? Oh, here's something. Oh, two things.
These documents are not very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of Maritime Affairs.
The Marquis himself.
Who do you think did it then? Oh, now we can look at it.
Candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
I'm starting to think it's a monkey now.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. You're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah, but I know that satisfied expression, Mr. Holmes. Have you already solved the case?
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
Okay, now we're going to find out.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
He's very small.
No, because he is very small. Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small. Small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that.
What?
Without a doubt. A Leontopicus rosalia from Central America.
How does he know that?
The animal had been hidden inside the room for several
okay.
hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle alerted the monkey that it was time to begin the procedure for which he had been trained.
Should have been a cat.
The monkey
Cat burglar.
emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole,
Smart monkey.
but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle.
Okay, so the fish
Finally,
had nothing to do with
the
it.
servants and the Marquis entered the room, leaving the door open while they put out the fire. It was during the confusion that our agile little thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation. Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What victim? No one is dead?
Yes, Watson. A poor goldfish
Aww.
whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
Oh, sad.
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium where they remain now.
I knew there was something to do with it. Doesn't look very expensive, I have to say. Looks really cheap.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr. Holmes, this brilliant demonstration does credit to your reputation.
Thank you so much, Marquis. Do you wish to verify the authenticity of your jewel?
No, I recognize it. I have spent many hours admiring it, you know.
Good. I will return it to its box and...
Inspector, a bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
Okay.
There, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
Ah, very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen. And once again, thank you.
No problem.